Do you think that, like a lot of Native American culture, they believe in animal omens, for example? So whether they come to you in like a spirit journey or a dream or even in real life, if you keep seeing a fox, for example, then that would have some kind of meaning. Do you think that there's some kind of truth to that, or is that just
Absolutely.
as
Have you been
you do?
Googling me? There's a bunch of that I have, Parade. I've worked with Parade 4 times, and I've worked with another website, Mind Body Green, and we've talked about everything. I think I've talked about owls, foxes, different kinds of birds. I'm trying to think what else I've covered. But yeah, if you
Praying
just go
mantis, I feel like, is a common one that
yeah,
people
I
look up.
haven't done that for any publication, but no, I absolutely believe in animals being used as messengers.
Oh,
Uh,
wow.
yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely, and I've seen it in my own life. I think again, there's a beauty to it, and when I had a daughter pass at birth 10 years ago, and
Ooh.
my husband was out at sea on a submarine. And so she passed. They made him go out to sea right after. And they were coming in. And he's very, very intellectual, very much everything has a reason. And he said that they were up on the bow or whatever the hell it's called. And they were 2 or 3 miles out from land. And he was standing there and he said a butterfly circled him and a few other guys. And he was explaining to me that like butterflies have to land. Like they have to like they can only go so far. And he said it was this little white butterfly that was just circling them. And it was like 4 guys saw it, or 3 or 4 guys saw this. And then we're just going, what the hell is this thing? And so of course I asked my husband, and like, his intellect, like, well, how does that happen? And he said, well, he said it would happen if it was like boat hopping. So it could go from boat to boat. And he said, but we were the only ones out there. And this butterfly just circled him. And ironically, I think at that time or right after I'd gotten, so butterfly is the symbol for stillbirth, stillborn.
I didn't know that.
And so talk about sign of all signs. And he said it was like that she was welcoming him home.
Oh my gosh.
And I'll never forget that, because my husband is, even with what I do, it's prove it, prove it, prove it. Like everything has to be, maybe that's why I'm so evidential, because I give him like 5 pieces of evidence why I see something. Maybe not so much anymore, but he's never forgotten that. And it's interesting because always around her birthday, a butterfly, and we can be anywhere in the world and there will be some kind of butterfly that comes around us. And I mean, we could be anywhere, and things have happened around her birthday, and it's like, hey guys, I'm here. So that's our sign. Actually, I even have my butterfly tattoo on my arm. That's for her. But yeah, that's our sign. But absolutely, animals are used. So when animals are used, they aren't, it's not like my daughter was in the butterfly's body.
Right,
It's
yeah.
go over here. Or actually in that white butterfly's case on the submarine 2 or 3 miles out at sea, I don't know how the hell it got there. But on land, if you're going to get a sign, or wherever, if you're going to get a sign, it would be the universe kind of telling the bird or the fox to go there, right? It's not going to be in the body. It would be go there, go there.
Mhm. Oh
So
my
I mean,
gosh.
who knows in the boat case, in the submarine case, maybe it was a bird and then somehow the universe changed. I mean, honestly, with that one, I don't, I love it. I will find out a long time from now when I pass and go home. But uh, there are a lot of things like that that can't be explained, and it's okay. And you just, when something like that happens, it's thank you,
Mhm,
acknowledge it, thank you.
mhm.
If you see a fox or anything and you think of a name, trust that name. So Uncle Bill sent it to me. Now let's say it wasn't Uncle Bill. Maybe it was your grandma Sammy. Well, they're not going to get offended. They're just happy that you're recognizing it. They don't care,
Mhm, mhm.
but trust that name that's given.
Do you find any ones to be more, like, ominous, or do you feel like there's a variety of messages that can kinda be sent? Like, if you get like, the fox is usually labeled with like, cunning, watch out, there's mischief, some like, someone's trying to be foxy around you. Owls, I think they say what are someone that passed recently, so,
I don't see, and this is just my opinion as an animal communicator, I don't see the universe sending us ominous signs. It's just like when a loved one comes to us in a dream, I always say it's going to be happy or it's going to be a good feeling. If you have a
mm,
dream with your loved one that's passed, or even a past pet, and it's a bad dream, that's our subconscious. Like it's our subconscious working through things. But someone that's passed, pet or people, they're never going to come to us and like scare us. That's not.
yeah.
It's not how I just they're all love and goodness. They're not going to send us something crazy and scary. The same thing with signs. While I respect beliefs of those that believe a more ominous sign, I choose to think on a more positive note, and maybe that's just my anxiety talking of like I don't, but I just don't feel like the universe works like that unless we're meant to turn the other way. Do you know what I
Like, it's
mean?
it's helpful,
Yes.
right? Like
So, like, let's say the owl or whatever is at the intersection. You go, "Oh, I'm going that way." If that's what it took, and the
right.
universe is all encompassing, they're gonna know what it's gonna take for you to go that way, right?
Mhm,
Whether it's an owl or your headlights flashing, it doesn't always have to be an animal. It can
mhm,
be whatever. The universe will act, and they will act as quickly as they can to get that sign.
mhm. Yeah, technology is supposed to be a medium that's used a lot for things like that, and yeah, I've seen it. I've seen it happen.
Yeah, it's absolutely, I mean, I see it all the time in sessions. It doesn't even startle me anymore because it happens so much. I mean, I've had everything from I had a mom that was passed once say she didn't want to talk about something, and her daughter kept wanting to ask the question, and she kept saying, "I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it." She closed the Zoom. Like the Zoom just went close the Zoom. I've had actually yesterday I had something, or no, 2 days ago I had something fall off my desk. I have lights flash, I have fire alarms go off. I have had everything that can make a noise or do something during a session. It's freaking happened. And it honestly now it's just annoying because I'm like, okay, all right, thanks for the sign.
Message received.
Yeah, and it's also because it's for that person on the other line, right? So for me, I'm just like, shit. What was I thinking? Like, where was my train of thought going? So I love the signs, but it's just like really, but that's only because it it's so they mess with my Peloton, and actually there's my husband has been working out, and things have been happening to him on the Peloton, and he wasn't telling me until I asked him about something, and he's like, "God, that's been happening." And I'm like, cuz he's just annoyed by it. Like he
Mhm.
doesn't want to know. He's like, just stop it. I was working out. Just stop it." you know.